Hi, we are Léonie, Elisa, Daphne and Lola, and we did our MDISS in Morocco. We left on the 27th of July from Nantes to go to Agadir. We spent the first night there and then left the next day to go to Omifis. We took a taxi and the trip lasts 6 hours. Omifis is a small village near Galmim. It is quite isolated and has less than 100 inhabitants. It is situated in the desert and the closest shop was approximately 20 minutes away by car. We were welcomed by Mustafa, our tutor, and Aisha. Aisha was a woman who was cooking for all the volunteers of the association. We spent a lot of time with her and her son. Aisha was also the name of the association we worked for. Its goal was to regenerate the biodiversity of the area of the village and to participate in the development of southern Morocco. It also proposed French, English, Spanish or even scientific classes for the children of the village with the international volunteers.
We did a different activity every week. On the first week, we worked in the desert on some land that the association bought to create a natural protected area. We planted more than 300 cactuses to exploit the prickly pear. We also planted trees such as carobs, pomegranates, mulberry trees, fig trees, moringas, and organ trees. On the second week, we worked at the nursery of the association. It's a place where they sow trees or take a cutting from trees to then make them grow to give them to farmers or other associations. Therefore, with the help of volunteers, the farmers can exploit them and make some money from it. It participates into the development of the region. Our job was to replant trees, change the earth, and irrigate the plants. A lot of them were completely dry, but we tried to save what we could. We prepared and selected plants for future donations. On the final week, we worked in an orchard of pomegranates. We cut the trees and weeded the land. We had to be careful because the pomegranate had a lot of big thorns and because it was the season of snakes and scorpions. It was one of the first projects of the association and one of the most efficient. We could really see that the biodiversity came back to the land. We were also lucky because it was the right season to have ripe pomegranates, so we could taste some while working.
Finally, we collected a lot of carobs all around the village. Once collected, the carobs are sold by Aisha to big industries, mainly situated in Europe. They select and keep some of the fruits to collect the seeds, to plant some other trees. We had the chance to take part in plenty of cultural events, such as the throne celebration, which is like the National Day. It's a day to celebrate the reign of the king. We moved a lot thanks to our tutor, who took us everywhere with him. We went in 1,000 parts of Morocco in a very small village lost in the middle of the desert called Asilgat. There, we helped the association to make donations to the inhabitants and we witnessed a local football championship. We attended a conference on religion and the history of Morocco, and we even went to a Moroccan wedding where everyone welcomed us very warmly, even though we were complete strangers to them and didn't know who was getting married. We were lucky to deeply discover Moroccan culture while living with Moroccan people, eager to share their culture and vision of life.
As it was only half an hour away from Omifis, we went to Gelmin several times to go shopping. Every time, our tutor would say that we were only passing by, but as he knew everyone there, it always took us 3 hours instead of 1 to collect everything we needed back to Omifis. While we were not working, we were most of the time with Aisha. We shared a lot of moments with her, because back there, men and women weren't allowed to eat together. We spent almost every meal only with her and her son Ayoub, who was very smart but very malicious. She even took us to the market in Gelmin and brought us to her home to offer us a delicious meal. We learned as much on the scientific and professional side than on the human side. We met people who were eager to act to make the world a better place. We got completely absorbed in the Moroccan culture throughout their food, the Arabic language, the traditions, the way they share meals, the importance of taking care of the future generation, the landscapes, the importance of rural areas, their music, their dances, and their laughter. At the end of this journey, we had met a lot of wonderful people who were always happy to share with us what life had taught them. We shared genuine moments of life that we will never forget. And remember, don't desert the arid areas.